Okay, planet Earth, where are you sending us today? Well, I can feel the sun on my back, and if I'm not very much mistaken, that's the Aegean Sea playfully kissing the coastline. It's Greece, the playground of the ancient gods. So what do we know about this Hellenic paradise? Well, they have a penchant for death-defying road layouts. And this is, of course, the country that considers nicotine one of its national dishes. It's where they like to communicate primarily through the form of yelling, and where crockery nervously sits in tavernas across the nation awaiting its fate. But let's not forget the pristine beaches that patient locals kindly share each summer with hordes of British tourists. Where are you, lads? Here they are. Oi oi! Hard to believe that travelling Brits are sometimes talked about disparagingly, isn't it? But we're here for the football, of course, and in particular, we're keen to know if Greece could be the scene of a Football Manager adventure. Let's check it out in the latest League Lowdown. Welcome to the League Lowdown Guide to Greece. This is a country that offers fans of Football Manager 2 playable leagues to compete in, as well as some huge clubs hungry for European success, and some of the most passionate fans that you will find anywhere in the world. So without further ado, let's have a look at the league structure. Greece's top flight to the Super League 1 is a 14-team division. The teams play each other home and away initially to create a 26-game regular season before the league splits in two. So the top 6 go into a championship group. They play each other home and away, creating an extra 10 games. The team that finishes top at the end of that are the champions. The team that finished second grab a European Champions League qualification place. And the teams that finishes third down to 6 all get to enter the different Europa League competitions as well. The bottom 8 go into the relegation group. They only play each other once more, creating an extra 7 games to their season. At the culmination of the relegation group, the team that finishes bottom are automatically relegated to Greece's second tier. The team that finishes 13th go into a play-out against the team that's come second in Super League 2's promotion group. So this 12-team division also have a league split. The top 6 go for those promotion spots, the bottom 6 go for the relegation positions, and the top team at the end of the promotion campaign, well, they get automatically promoted. That team that finished second get into the playoff, and in the relegation group, the 2 teams that come bottom are relegated out of the playable divisions in Football Manager. So that's how the league works. But who are some of the top clubs that you might like to take charge of? Only 6 clubs have ever won the top division title, and more than half of those honours have gone to Olympiakos, the club from Piraeus, a port just outside Athens. Now, they have an absolutely superb history. 44 Superliga titles, 27 cup wins as well. Although no European honours for any team in Greece, Olympiakos included. So if you like the idea of taking a team from a country that has so far been unsuccessful in its pursuit of European glory, well, Olympiakos might be a club that interests you. They've got a 32,000 capacity stadium, and they've also got some of the most generous facilities of any club in Greece, boasting great training facilities, excellent youth facilities, and exceptional youth recruitment as well. So if you are looking to take charge of Greece's most successful team, well, Olympiakos are the club for you. But not everybody wants to take charge of the biggest team in a nation. Who are the teams that might offer the biggest challenge to Olympiakos' crown? Historically, the 2 clubs that have offered the greatest threat to Olympiakos' dominance of Greek football both come from the capital city, Athens, and those 2 clubs are Panathinaikos and AEK. If we begin with Panathinaikos, well, they have a 69,000 capacity stadium, more than double the capacity that Olympiakos have. And it's a stadium that they share with their city neighbours AEK. They may have a bigger stadium, but they have less than half the Superliga honours that Olympiakos have, with only 20 so far. And it's more than a decade since their last one, so they are on a little bit of a barren run. They do, however, have 18 Greek Cups to their name as well, although like Olympiakos, European competitions have proved fruitless for them so far, and they don't quite have the facilities that Olympiakos have either, with good training facilities, good youth facilities, good academy coaching and adequate recruitment. Well, they are definitely more of a longer-term project than Olympiakos might prove, as are their neighbours AEK, who share that huge stadium and have 12 Superliga victories in their history, the most recent of those coming just in 2018, so more recently than their city rivals Panathinaikos. They've got 15 cup wins as well. But again, their facilities are perhaps not on the level that Olympiakos can boast, with good training facilities, good youth facilities, adequate academy coaching and adequate recruitment. They again might prove a little bit more of a long-term project. But what if we head north to where the fans are even more passionate? So if we head north into the mountains, into the region of Macedonia and to the city of Thessalonica, well, we will find two more of Greece's best supported clubs, starting with PAOK, a team that play at the 28,000 Tumba Stadium, an arena that when it is full, well, their opponents really do know about it. PAOK traditionally play in black as a mark of remembrance for all of the refugees that lost their lives during the Greco-Turkish Wars, and PAOK have won the Super League on 3 different occasions, the most recent of them being just in 2019. They've also got 7 Greek Cups in the trophy cabinet as well. And they've also got one other distinction to their name. They are the only team in Greece to win the double whilst going undefeated. So they like to hold that over their rivals from Athens. Now, they have also got some really impressive facilities. They've got great training facilities. They've got great youth facilities, good academy coaching, exceptional youth recruitment as well. So if you're looking for a club with good infrastructure, passionate fans, and an owner that's likely to run onto the pitch with a holstered pistol if a goal is ruled offside, well, PAOK might be the club for you. But if they're not, well, let's head over the city to Aris Salonika, who play at the 22,000 Kleanthis Pikalidis Stadium. Now, this team have also won the Greek Super League. 3 occasions they've won it on, although not as recently as PAOK. You have to go back to 1946 to find the last of their top flight titles. They've got 1 Greek Cup as well. But in terms of a club that might provide a little bit more of a challenge and need building, Aris could be the club for you. Their infrastructure is not as impressive as their rivals from across the city, nor some of their rivals from Athens. And the teams from Thessalonica do have a pretty heated rivalry, not just with each other, but with those teams from Athens and the surrounding area as well. But what if we're looking for a team that's not from the mainland? Are there any teams from the islands that we might be able to turn into Greece's top club? If you're looking for a challenge away from the mainland, then maybe Crete is the island you should head to. There are 3 clubs that might interest you. The smallest of those is Platanias. They've only got a 3,700 capacity arena, but they have sustained top flight football in Greece for a number of years. They're currently back down in the 2nd tier now, but maybe you're the manager that might be able to take them back to the top flight. You could do a similar challenge with Ergotelis. They've got a bigger stadium with a 26,000 capacity, and they have been in the top flight during recent history as well, currently back down in the 2nd tier and have gone down as low as the 3rd tier recently as well. But Ergotelis are another club from Crete that might give you a challenge, or you could take charge of their rivals from Crete's capital, and that is OFI. They've got a 9,000 capacity stadium, but they are the only team from Crete that has won a top honour in Greece. So they won the Greek Cup back in the 1980s, and they have also played in European competition on 7 occasions as well. They're currently in the top flight. So if island teams are the kind of clubs that you look to lead to glory, well, Crete has got 3 for you to choose from. But what about if you want to take charge of one of Greece's oldest clubs? Where should you head to then? Neither of Greece's two oldest clubs actually originate from what is now known as modern Greece. The oldest team is Panionios, who were founded in 1890, but are actually originally from what is now the Turkish city of Izmir, but was formerly the Greek settlement of Smyrna. During the Greco-Roman Wars, many people were refugeed from the Ottoman Empire back to Greece, and they took their football clubs with them. So Panionios relocated to an Athens suburb and are now passionately followed by descendants of those refugee communities. They've got 2 Greek cups to their name, the most recently coming in 1998, and they are a team that has a fierce rivalry with AEK across the city in Athens. They've recently been relegated down to Superliga 2, although in Football Manager 20 they're still in the top flight, and they've actually traded places with a team that has a similar history. Apollon Smyrnis were founded in 1891, just 1 year later, also from what is now the Turkish city of Izmir, and they have relocated to Athens as well. So if you like the idea of taking charge of clubs that are steeped in history and mean a lot to the communities that follow them, well, both Panionios and Apollon are clubs that you might wish to consider. We couldn't finish the League Lowdown Guide to Greece without mentioning the other of the 6 teams that have won Greece's top flight, and that team is, of course, Larissa, who've only won the top division once back in 1988, but they've also won the Greek Cup twice. And if you like the idea of taking charge of a team that, well, has a little bit of success behind them and plays away from the nation's capital of Athens, well, Larissa might be the challenge that you are looking for. So that concludes the League Lowdown Guide to Greece, a country that has some huge clubs but so far have yet to experience any European success. The teams from Athens certainly boast superb infrastructure. The teams further north certainly boast some of the world's most passionate fans. And there's also teams with great history that mean a lot to their communities, and teams from some beautiful islands that you could take charge of as well. We will see you very soon as we make another country the focus of the next League Lowdown.